the #1 LA Clipper podcast out there. We want to first give you guys a shout out, LA Clipper fan, LA Clipper Nations, for being here. Share this podcast with your family and friends. They will not be disappointed, but let's get it popping.
Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers to throw away. Hustle the overweight. That's why they follow me, They think I know the way. Cause I took control of things. Ballin' the solo way. And if you pattern my trend, I make you my protege. Slossing that soldier race. Niggas don't know them days. Take you in back of the buildings. Make you expose your rage. Take you across the tracks. Make you explode the face. Now you official now. But you got a soul to say. I just been cooking that new. I'm about to drop in a few. Think if I call it the great, the people gon' call it the truth. I ain't really trip on the credit. I just paid all of my dues. I just respected the game. Now my name all in the news. Tripping on all of my moves. Quote me on this, got a lot more to prove. Remember I came in this bitch, fresh out the county with nothing to lose.
Nothing. No. On the ground, you. But I don't do this shit for nothing. No, no. Not at all. You. But my money real, money real. That you do. Oh, yeah. So I don't do this shit for nothing.
Rolling up some good, going up till we get faded. You know how we do it. Everybody take a flex on me. I got the keys to the city. I don't need no limousine. I turn up when I pull up. And tell my booking agent book a show. Running around with the paper bag. Running around with the paper bag. Going crazy spending all this cash. Going crazy spending all this cash. If I spend it, I'ma get it back. Even when I ride around dirty, a nigga don't need a seatbelt. A nigga don't need a seatbelt. Nah, it don't cost to keep it real. Run up, get done up. Shit can get real. Fuck around and get your ass rocked. Nigga, fuck around and take your shit. Got you asking God why. Drag your ass into an alley. Pull out aim for the target. Should've never been around the killers. In my town, we the fucking realest. No cheddar bars round here. I get the spray and they gon' get down. Ski mask over my face. Catch a body in broad day. Catch a body in broad day.
I got the key to the city. I got a hold of Shadidi. Talk to that bitch in Swahili. Tattoo my name in graffiti. Whack out your hood in graffiti. Come through your hood on the weekly. None of y'all niggas can't see me. None of y'all niggas can't see me. Y'all ain't got nothing like this over there. Bunch of frontline millionaires. Bunch of self-made at the Trump pay. Guess the odds really took it there. Any problem, I'ma reappear. With a squad you already fear. All this time I've been playing fair. 7 digits every single year. Niggas die, niggas disappear. Alibis, I was really there. Life a crime till I get the chair. Columbine in my trigger hair. Still I rise and I took the stairs. Feel a fire, it's a different glare. All these fights, it was never fair. Busting knuckles, still I'm swinging fears. Taste the salt inside my dripping tears. You should know I never had a fear. You should know I never had a shot, never had a chance till I took it here. Man, it's proud, but I see it clear. Strategize, I'm an engineer. Pick a side, gotta keep it there. Switching up, nigga, looking weird. I got the key to the city. I got a hold of Shadidi. Talk to that bitch in Swahili. Tattoo my name in graffiti. Whack out your hood in graffiti. Come through your hood on the weekly. None of y'all niggas can't see me. None of y'all niggas can't see me.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Pull Up Show. I'm your host, Mr. BJ Matthews, aka B. Just before we get started, follow us on the YouTube page, the Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. All of our YouTube videos. Hit that like button as y'all come in here. Hit the share, subscribe. Hit that Cash App, $ BJ Matthews, $ BJ Matthews for all this great content that we bring to you on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. As well, also get our super stickers and super comments that are available. If you have a chat that you want to put in the chat box, make sure you guys highlight that button that says thanks. I can see that chat instantly into the chat box. And last but not least, get those membership badges that are available. They give you 3 options. You guys get the pull-up badge, the LA Clipper badge, or the interview badge, which we will be bringing back this spring and summer. So we do not want to make sure you guys get all that plugged in. But here we back are with the interviews again. Everybody in the comment section, make sure you guys let me know that y'all are in here with a thumbs up. Had a very, very good special interview today with one of our own, right? All my LA Clipper people, make sure you guys, show some love to our LA Clipper beat writer, in my opinion, the best one, a little bit biased, but the best one. We're gonna have our man Tomer Azarly, 7-year beat writer for the LA Clippers, man. Welcome to the show, brother. Hold on, you on mute. yeah, yeah, you on. There you go.
Yeah, I was saying, thank you for having me. I appreciate you too kind with the compliments, but I appreciate you having me, man. Thank you.
Man, it's all good, man. I definitely want to give credit where credit's due. Definitely appreciate the work you've been doing for us, man. I know it's a grind throughout the whole season. We're gonna get into a little bit of that, but I want to kind of just ask you how you've been doing, man. How's everything going with the season and stuff like that?
I mean, you hit it on the head. It's been a grind. It's been a lot. Ever since the James Harden trade, I think everything kind of ramped up another couple levels, and all eyes are on LA on this team, and I think all eyes were on this team already, but it's just been ratcheted up to another level with just the names, the star power, how well they've been playing. So it's been fun. It's been fun. They have two all-stars, so not really an all-star break for me. So I got to find some time here and there to get some downtime before the playoffs start. But no, it's been fun. I can't ask for anything better. The team's playing well. I'm having a good time. So it's been great.
All right, cool. Let's do this. Let's do a little icebreaker. So I'm kind of ask you a little bit rapid of questions. Like kind of let me know what you think. I want you to kind of go through you being an interview and you being with the Clippers. I'm gonna throw out a player's name. I want you to describe them in one word. You ready?
Oof. Okay.
All right. Ty Lue.
It's not one word, but I'll say my guy. He and I have a great relationship, and I enjoy working with him the last couple of years.
Norman Powell.
I want to say 6 for 6 man because that's what I think is going to be the 6 man this year. He's been playing really well off the bench, and I have a good feeling about him for this year if they keep up this pace that he keeps shooting the way he's shooting.
Amir Coffey.
I'll say deserved. Deserved. Everything he's getting is deserved. He's worked really hard for everything that he's gotten right now. The playing time, the recognition that comes with that, and I think it's just very much deserved for him.
Mason Plumlee.
That's tough. I'll go with Plum Dog. That's his nickname. He's a dog down there. He'll give you some physicality. He's not afraid to do whatever the team needs him to do, whether it's rebounding, playmaking, being physical, getting a couple fouls. I think he played like 20 minutes the other night and fouled out quick. So I'll say Plum Dog. He's a dog down there. He plays hard, and that's his nickname as well. So
Bones Highland.
Bones. I'll say super fan, because even when he's not playing, he's up there. He's the biggest fan of anyone out there you see on the bench. Even when he's not playing, he's there cheering on Russ, James, Kawhi, everyone. He's the first one off the bench, helping guys off there if they fall down the baseline. You always see him having a good time, even though he's not playing. So I'll go super fan.
Daniel Tice.
I'll go physical for him. He's a guy who I think when the Clippers needed another big man, he really came in and he provided them with some much needed size, but also physicality at that position. He's not afraid to, he's been on the opposite end of some highlights for other players, whether it be crossovers or dunks, but it takes a little something to get in the nose every time, to stick your nose in there and try to be physical and try to get stops every time. And I think, he hasn't always gotten those stops. He's been on some highlights on the opposite side, but he's been physical. He's coming at opponents every single game, and I think the Clippers needed that.
All right, so let's go into the starters. Let's go with Zubac. Let's go with Big Zoo.
Ooh, Big Zoo. Big Zoo. This is just for me. I'm gonna go gamer because Zoo and I always talk about video games in the back before the game, maybe a little after the game. We've been talking about like Call of Duty, FIFA, God of War. So we play video games, not together, but we both play the same video games. So I always talk to him about games. I'm gonna just go gamer with Zoo.
Gamer. Okay. Russell Westbrook.
Oof. Energy is just the only word I can think of. I mean, he's the guy who the Clippers could start. I mean, we saw it in, I think it was Detroit during the road trip. They could start off so slow, they don't have that energy, and all of a sudden he comes in, changes the whole flow of the game with his energy. So I think energy is the word for him. He always has it, and it's a talent to be able to do that every single night for as long as he has. I think he's 35 years old. He's done that every single night since he was 18 years old, and even before that in college and high school. So it takes a lot to do that. So I'll go energy.
All right, let me give you 4 more. So let's go with Uno, James Harden.
Oof. I'll go one word. I'll say impressed. This is again more of a personal thing. I'm impressed with how much how seamlessly he's fit into this team. Um, I think obviously he's a very talented individual and everyone knows what he can do, but I've really been impressed with how seamlessly he's fit into being this kind of point guard who can take the offensive burden off Kawhi and PG. I've also been impressed with how healthy he's been so far, knock on wood. Um, so yeah, I'll go with impressed for James. He's been really impressive to me this year. I've really had a fun time watching him.
T-Man.
Oof, T-Man. I'll say resilience for T-Man because he's had to over his 4 or 5 year career now. Um, he's had to endure a lot of different roles and being asked to do so many different things, whether it's playing the point at times, playing the five at times, against like Rudy Gobert in the playoffs. Like he's had to do every single thing, and he's been resilient. It's not easy to do. He's had to do it under multiple coaches. He's had to, do it through multiple injuries. I mean, he was, Luke Kennard, and Isaiah Hartenstein were kind of leading that team in 21 when everyone was injured. So I'll go resilience. He's been a very resilient guy, and he's found a good, solid role, consistent role in this team now, and I think it's worked out well for him.
All right, I got 2 more. So PG.
Smooth. He's just one of the smoothest players I've seen play. He's just his ability to get anywhere he wants on the court to get to his spots. I love watching his crossover work. Anytime he's able to go left to right or just his crossover work is just I love watching it. It's so smooth. It's so fun to watch. And I'll just go smooth with PG. It's pretty simple now.
All right, Claw.
I don't want to go basic and say like fun. Kawhi. I might just say it's not one word, but it is 3 letters. I might just go MVP. He's my MVP so far this year. The numbers, statistically, points, rebounds, assists, those guys are not as high as you would normally see an MVP, but he impacts winning at an incredibly high level. I mean, he is just putting up astronomical numbers this year, and especially in the last 30 or so games. And I think they've only lost like 2 or 3 of the last 25 games, 26 games that he's played or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So when he plays, the Clippers are really, really, really good, and he's been efficient as hell all year. So I'm going MVP. He's an MVP candidate this year, and I think he deserves some serious consideration for that. Did I lose you, BJ? Oh, you still there?
Whoa, can you hear me?
There we go. Yep. I see you go.
My fault. All right. So, all right, so that pretty much takes care of that. Let's get a little bit into you, bro. So, obviously, you've been a Clipper beat writer for 7 years. Kind of tell me about your journey about being with the Clippers, and kind of give me your background, like where you from, and your journey in your education, and things of that nature. How'd you get to be where you at? Um, has always been a passion. Kind of give me a little bit of rundown.
Um, yeah, so I mean, I didn't go the traditional like journalism school. Honestly, it just wasn't something that was affordable to me. And it was something that I kind of had to go right into the workforce to help support my family right after high school. So I didn't really get any higher education for that type of thing. I was doing some construction stuff, and then also, also obviously had a passion for basketball. But I think it was when Clutch Points was first starting in like 2014. We needed someone to cover the Cavs remotely, the Cleveland Cavaliers remotely, because there was some buzz that LeBron might come back to Cleveland. So um, I ended up just applying for it, just requesting, hey, submitted an article of mine saying, hey, I'd love to try and write. um, and after a couple weeks, I was finally was able to get a response, and I started just they picked me up, and I was able to start writing some Cavs type of newsers. It was a long time ago. This is probably 2014 now. Yeah, so we were able to cover the Cavs remotely. Um, we did we covered with them. I did a lot of social stuff, editorial stuff. I actually got to visit Cleveland for the championship parade. And then I thought that was very cool, and I was like, I'd like to be able to do more of this, in person type of stuff. And so I tried to I requested to cover the Clippers. The Lakers are I consider myself I was a Clipper fan growing up. Um, you know, I think me personally, I just never um it seemed like when I moved here, it seemed like rooting for the Lakers was just too easy. It just felt like everyone was doing it, and I was like, "Well, it'd be cool if this team." And I didn't know their history like that well when I saw them, but their tickets were affordable. I was able to go watch them at a young age. I believe I went to watch like a Derrick Rose Bulls game here when they visited. I think it was like the Marcus Camby Clippers. It was I think want to say like 08 or 09.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but those tickets were affordable. I was able to go to those games. I was able to go to some playoff games as well when I was younger, with some buddies of mine against the Grizzlies. I went to the Rocket series, and that also, I saw that and I was like, yo, it'd be really cool to be able to do this full time. And I think it was also the point where like um, the Lakers are covered at large. Like everyone knows what you get with them. You get full coverage. But I think like the Clippers, for example, at the time, like there wasn't as much coverage. It was kind of inconsistent, and I was like, well, what would I like to see as a fan? And I was like, all right, let me see if I can bring that into my type of reporting. So after like I don't know, maybe like this may sound like an exaggeration, but I want to say like nine or 10 emails. When I emailed the Clippers, I finally got a response to get credentialed. Um, and went to like 3 or 4 practices first, then went to a game. This is like the 2016-17 season, I want to say. And I think ever since then, just slowly just worked my way up. I think I'm the longest tenured guy that's covered the team now, of all the beats, and it's 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 something I would say I'm proud of. It's been a long 8 years. I can remember my first time walking to the practice facility. I actually went in, and I was supposed to make a right into the weight room, into the workroom, and I made a left instead into the weight room on accident. And I
yeah.
walk in, like Blake's lifting and DJ's lifting and Austin's looking at me, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm not supposed to be here. I fucked up." So I can remember that was like my first day there. But yeah, I think ever since then it's just really just been about working my way up and trying to provide fans with what I wanted when I was a fan. Just and all kind of covers maybe some of the stars, mixing some of the role players as well, and trying to kind of give an in-depth look on everyone and everything. So um, that's really it. It's I kind of rambled on a bit there, but that's really how I got into where I am now.
Right. As y'all come in here, make sure you guys hit the like button for you, man. You know what I'm saying? We got a very, very special guest, Tomer Azarly. He is a LA Clipper beat writer, the longest one. I did not actually know that, but since you put that out there, I appreciate that, my guy. But yeah, make sure you guys smash the like button and the share, subscribe for this interview. But diving a little bit deeper with the Clippers. So kind of give us a little bit of the pros and cons, because of course the pros, we see each other every single game, damn near almost by the tunnel. But give us some of the pros and the cons of being with the job. Of course, you travel with the team, or you get a chance to go in the locker room, talk to some of these players and things of that nature. What are some of the things that's a regular work day that you have to go through back and forth as a beat writer?
I mean, I think during the season, social life is just really hard to maintain. At least when they're in town. Like I don't travel with them too often. During the season, like during the playoffs, I'll go, or I'll try to cover some, maybe a regular season road game here or there. But it's not really, it doesn't happen very often because it just adds up financially. And so um, I think when there's a good stretch of home games, it's just so a lot of your social life, a lot of your free time kind of just goes, and you gotta be able to just stay focused and stay the course. And obviously, like, they go on a two week road trip like they did a couple weeks ago. And I'm not gonna lie, that was great. I was able to catch up on some sleep, catch up on some rest, see some of my homies that I haven't seen in a while. So I think that's really, if I had to pick some cons, I think that's really it. I think there's a lot of um, you know we try to be, I think we're our beat writing group is pretty lax. Like, I don't think we ask too many, like, intrusive or like confrontational questions. But there are times where we have to ask things that unfortunately we just have to be addressed. For example, today was, we had asked about PJ Tucker and his Instagram post. And I talked to him the last couple of weeks, and he's just, he maintained that he wanted to be traded. And for a team that's doing so hot, that's, you obviously want to focus on the positive. But there's also a guy who says he doesn't want to be here right now. He wants to play somewhere else. So touching on stuff like that and having some of those harder questions and conversations, I think is I don't want to call it a con. It's just a tougher part of it, a bit more of an awkward part of it. But I think you get used to it over time. I mean, the pros, um, you just meet so many new people. I would almost say daily, just because you see road teams, road PR, the team attendance, the there's so many people that come with the visiting party, and that doesn't even mention the guys who are at home that you see every day, the interns, the arena employees, some of the other team attendants, and there's a VIP experience people and all those. So there was a bunch of other people that are involved kind of in the NBA sphere, and that kind of make an NBA game happen. The game entertainment people, the marketing people. So there's so many people that make it happen. So meeting people is obviously one of the most fun parts of that. And being able to kind of network and meet everyone. Obviously, you get to watch basketball and cover basketball for a living, so there's not really a complaint there. It's you know, I used to buy tickets and sit up in three 316, 318 or 317, whatever the
Right,
center court was.
nosebleeds. Yeah,
And I used to just pay like $50 and go watch playoff games there. Now I'm able to watch games and cover them and work them. So it's awesome. It really is awesome. And being able to, especially for the playoffs, go to some road arenas, ones that I've seen on TV from a young age. I used to watch Steve Nash and the Suns and going to see where they played. Obviously, arena went through renovations and everything, but like you get to see like where they played and everything. Going to Oracle Arena for the playoffs in 2019, that arena was legendary. But getting to see that in person before they closed it down and moved to Chase Center, so there's a lot of great parts of it. I mean, the networking, the meeting people, the watching basketball for work, getting to know the players and working with them day to day. So there's just so many different things. There's so many different things that go into it. So it's a lot of positives. So way, way, way more positives than negatives. So it's not even close. It's just it's a
right,
very tasking
for
job.
sure.
Takes a lot of time.
For sure. So let's get a little bit deeper into this season right now. So of course we got lots of one on trade deadline just ended yesterday, and you said the PJ
Hmm.
Tucker cryptic team. Well, I was going to kind of touch in on about that. The updates of the Clippers not making any moves. What's the basis of that? Like, what's the? I know I saw PG said that he felt like nobody was going to leave, but we had two options for roster spots to be moved. And we kept Bones, we kept PJ Tucker. What is the inside scoop that you're hearing of why the Clippers did not make any moves, and how are they feeling about going on from this season and forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think they since December 1st they have the best record. I want to say right now it's like 31-9. I want to say. Last time I checked, I think they've won like 21 of the last 26 games. They've won 27 of 34 and 31 of 30. It's like they've been the hottest team since November 17th when they made the starting lineup change, and since December 1st when they made some other minor rotational tweaks. I think they pulled PJ Tucker out of the rotation. They inserted Amir Coffey, and so you've seen guys really set into their roles, fit into their roles perfectly, and the Clippers have kind of taken off since. I mean. Um, since November 17th, I believe they've had just 2 home losses, and that was Boston, the Christmas Eve where Kawhi didn't play,
Mm,
and the other night against the Pelicans where, I mean, those they kinda got screwed with the schedule where they come back from a 7-game road trip and play, like, the
yeah,
game right after, so,
8
um,
different states.
yeah, so, like, they were different time zones, different states, and come back, land at 3 a.m. and play the next day, like, it's not easy to do, so, I think, when you look at how they've been playing, they've been playing really well, and I think, they didn't see a need to make a trade. I think Zubac's getting healthy is big for them. Um, Adding Tice midseason was good for them as well. So you have some weapons where Tice can space the floor out. He's more of a 5 than a 4, but he can space the floor out and shoot. Amir Coffey's really, really, really looked great. Um, since his kind of since Ty's put some faith in him and put him in the rotation. Norm has been shooting the lights out of the ball all season. It's been incredible. Terrence has found his jumper, his 3-point shot, and is more active cutting the basket and everything. So, and then Russ has obviously been asked to do a lot less as far as sacrificing what he used to do and being more of an energy boost off the bench. And I think while it was tough for him at first to accept, he's taken it head on, and they've been fantastic since. So I think overall they just didn't see a need to make a trade. PJ and Bones were good vets in the locker room, but not guys they needed to trade. And so they have no roster spots open right now. They have everyone filled up. Josh Primo took that last one up, so they're kind of just standing pat. They like what they have, and they want to see hopefully this team stays healthy. We can see what they can do in the playoffs. But I think they like what they have.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like I said, make sure y'all come in here and smash that like button for our interview with our man Tomer Azarly. He's a LA Clip beat writer, the Clipper beat writer. Last question before we go into questions from the audience. Honestly, on an objective standpoint, in your opinion, going into the postseason, we're gonna go into the second half of the season. Give me your honest opinion, observation of teams in the West that you have A, concern about, or B, can give us a little bit of a matchup problem. Kind of give us a scoop of what you think on a basketball mindset scale, or do you
I
feel
mean
like we
that
just be
in the West only. First, you said.
yeah in the West?
Yeah, I mean Denver obviously is the defending champions. They have stayed healthy. They haven't lost a beat. I think they were looking for some bench guys and what they could do once Bruce Brown was obviously moved to Indiana. But Reggie Jackson, Clipper fans know he's been really good for Denver. Christian Brown's looked really good. Peyton Watson has looked really good for them. Um, and so they've had a couple guys. I want to say Julian Strother is the rookie they have. So they've had a lot of guys really step into that role and contribute. I think they also lost Jeff Green. So they've had a lot of guys step in and contribute. And ultimately Nikola Jokic has been dominant as ever, an MVP candidate. Jamal Murray has looked really good. Um, Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter Jr. continuing to improve and doing what they do. So Denver is probably the number one, I would say, concern in the West, just because they've been there before. They're a super resilient team. They've been through the first round loss in 7 games. They've been through, game sevens on the way to a final. So like they've done everything. They've done everything, and I think they have so much experience, so much depth that they'll be really good. Um, outside of Denver, I I think the Clippers are pretty much better than everyone else in the conference. I think Minnesota does present some really really tough. Um, they're tough out because they're such a good solid defensive team. Anthony Edwards is always getting better, and so I think they led by Ant and Cat shooting the lights out of the ball. Gobert finally seemed like he fit, and I think Minnesota might be the other team I want to include in there. that might give the Clippers trouble. But they're a younger team. I don't think they've been to the playoffs enough, and I still think they lack some bench production when it comes down to it. I might be wrong about that. I think maybe Kyle Anderson and Nikhil Alexander-Walker, and they just landed Monte Morris in the trade deadline, so those might be big pieces for them. But I think OKC still feels like a very young team that I'm not really worried about. Phoenix, I think, is just all over the place right now. They're very top heavy, but outside of Book, KD, and Beal, they struggle. I mean, we've seen that. So Dallas with Luka and Kyrie, I think while those two are good, again, they really have a lot of figuring out to do, how they want to play offensively, how they want to defend. They just traded a big piece of Grant Williams, so I think really it's just Denver and maybe Minnesota to me that really threatened the Clippers. And coming into this year, I said Denver's going to repeat because they kept their entire core outside of Bruce Brown, and all their young guys are just going to step into that role and fit seamlessly. So it's probably going to be Denver out west that's going to be giving the most trouble.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that. So this is what we're gonna do. So like I said, if you guys have a LA Clipper badge, y'all know what the LA Clipper badge by Pull Up Family. If you guys have a LA Clipper badge, you guys have the ability to come ask Tomer a question. He is busy, so don't make it too long. I'll get to the next person. But I'm gonna drop the link for y'all. You know what I'm saying? First come, first serve. You guys get a chance to ask Tomer a question. If you guys would like to get an LA Clipper badge, just make sure you guys go onto the YouTube page and get that purchase right now. It's for $9.99 a month. So before we let them in, Tomer, how you feeling about the All-Star? You gonna be doing anything for the All-Star break?
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Indianapolis for All-Star. Flying out Thursday, and we'll be there for all the festivities with mainly covering Kawhi and Paul, but it's a fun event for everyone at large. You get to see Giannis and LeBron and all these all-stars in one room and practicing together. So it's a lot of fun. I'm going to be in Indianapolis for a couple of days. Never been there before, so looking forward to it. And just looking to have a fun weekend. Honestly, it should be fun with the Steph versus Sabrina 3-point contest. We've seen a bunch of other events they got going on, so I'm excited for it. It's again not going to be any rest for me, but I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun.
Yeah, for sure. That's the basketball capital right there, Indianapolis, or basketball state for sure. I love basketball in Indiana, man. They play through them anywhere on the court. They're gonna play on the farm. They're gonna play outside. They can play inside. They'll play anywhere in the driveway. They love basketball.
Yeah, their fans have always been super loyal. I mean, outside of the university, but even the Pacers fans have been super loyal to them over the years. I remember watching PG and the Pacers take on LeBron and the Heat back in the day, and those guys were that was a home court advantage right there. They were loud. So they got some passionate fans out there. So I'm looking forward to see if they're able to show out for All-Star. Should be fun.
Yeah, for sure. See, got somebody coming in yet? Not yet, but all right. Let's do this. Kind of tell me also, is there a game routine you go through every day?
Yeah.
Before the game, do you do anything every single day before you get to the arena?
Nothing special. I'll probably I'll try to go to the gym in the morning. Try to prepare something that I might think that I might need to write about at night, or prepare some kind of story, and then then it's just after the game. I used to get there early to watch Russell Westbrook, but ever since he stopped his early routine, I kind of just been going back to my old routine of just going to the gym, working, eating before the game, and then going to the game and just going that way.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right, so we got our first one. We got my man Thomas in the building. What's good, Sean? What's good?
What's good, BJ? So, man, what's going on, man?
How's it going, man?
How it's going? Couple questions, so man. Who's your favorite Clipper of all time? Who's your favorite player right now? And last question: what are the vibes really to have the #1 seed in the locker room? What's the vibes in the locker room?
I'll start with the last one because that's the easiest one for me. Yeah, this team believes they're going to win every single game they go out there and play. I mean, the number one seed is right there for the taking, and it's not only that; it's in their hands. They got a couple games against OKC and Minnesota coming up. Like they firmly believe they have a. They firmly believe they'll be a number one seed as long as they do what they're supposed to do. It's easier said than done with some of the opponents they have coming up, but yeah, vibes are great in this locker room. There's no one causing any issues. I think they're all focused on um, getting a number one seed. I think most of these guys haven't been champions outside of Norm, Kawhi, PJ, um, and Ty. I think everyone else is still looking for their first ring. So a lot of guys with things to prove. A lot of guys with chips on their shoulder. So yeah, vibes are great right now. Um, favorite all time Clipper. It's hard for me to pick one. Um, I grew up in the mid 2000s, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Corey Maggette. I always liked his way, the way he took physicality and got to the free throw line. I feel like he was so good at that. At least from what I remember, he was really good at drawing contact and getting to the free throw line. Um, and I remember he and Elton Brand were part of that '06 team that really felt like it had a chance to go far, and then just obviously we all know what happened um, in that series against the Suns. But um, it's got to be a mix of like Elton Brand or Corey Maggette because those are the guys that I grew up watching. I was a little too young for the Lamar Odom, Darius Miles Clippers that everyone kind of had fun with, but um, it's tough. I mean, Chris Paul really got me hyped about this team too when he got here. He was just such a good game manager. So fun to watch him control a game, create so many assist opportunities, and uh, often delivered in the clutch as well. So I guess any of those three would probably be my pick. It's hard for me to pinpoint one, but I have memories with every one of them. I remember meeting Corey Maggette for the first time, like outside of a playoff game, and I was just like, "Oh shit, this is incredible." And he was very nice to me. We've kept in touch since. He works for the broadcast, so he's been great. And what was your second question? Was it favorite current Clipper, like on the team?
Yeah, yes, sir. Favorite one on the team right now, and brother, I don't think you old enough to remember nothing about Corey Maggette, man. I'm surprised you know that.
No, no, no. Corey was like just when I really started watching basketball. I really started getting into basketball like seriously then. So I got like a mint condition like Elton Brand jersey that I don't even I've worn maybe like twice because it's so nice. I don't want to get it. I don't want to mess it up. Um, current Clipper. Honestly, I might say Amir Coffee. I think Amir. My second or third year was Amir Coffey's first year, and I remember it was my first summer league. My first summer league that I attended in Vegas was Amir Coffey's first year with the team. He was undrafted out of Minnesota, signed a training camp deal. I remember watching him. I'm like, oh, this guy's lefty. He's got some length on him. He's able to defend, and just looks like he could have some kind of potential there, but again, summer league, you don't really know what's going to happen, who's going to end up where. But Amir was great. I remember talking to him then. He worked his way up to like the two-way deal, and now he's on a standard NBA contract. Now he's actually getting real minutes, and um, I think he's stayed humble and he's been great the entire time. So it's been really fun to watch Amir's growth and his development. And again, he's been super cool, super humble the entire time. Always a pleasure to talk to. Always puts time aside if I need him. So I would say Amir Coffey. He's really just a fun story to watch. Kind of like the Clippers' own homegrown talent. It's been fun to watch him.
Yeah, I'm surprised he don't. He's starting to play a little more now, but he started in what was it, 2021 when all the guys were hurt.
Yeah, 21. Yeah,
And
that crazy
he played
January.
extremely
Yeah.
well. Yeah,
Yep.
he played extremely well, and then it's like I don't know what Ty was thinking, but I guess he didn't see how good he was playing. He just put him all the way on the bench, which made no sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think about, there's also contract negotiations that you're always trying to manage. And, that year wasn't a year they're really trying to win. So, in the following year, Kawhi and PG were in and out of the lineup as well. So, there's a lot of things you're trying to manage. You got to manage egos, and there's so much that Ty has to deal with. But, I better late than never, right? I mean, he's playing now. They're winning, contributing to
For
winning.
sure.
So, can't ask for anything more right now.
Appreciate your time, man.
No problem.
Sure.
Thank you.
So, all right, cuz. Let's go to my next man, Bruce. As y'all come in here, like I said, get the algorithms up, man. We got a very, very special guest, LA Clippers beat writer Tomer Azarly. You know what I'm saying? So let's go to our next guy, Bruce. What's good, man?
Good afternoon, BJ. Good afternoon, Mr. Tomer. I hope I don't butcher your name. They butcher my name too, so.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, so I've been following you for quite a while, for a long time, and you're one of the best follow for Clippers information and
Appreciate that.
not only Clippers information, but for some of the things that you post. I think you're more than a good Clippers reporter. You're like a good human being from some of the posts that you put on.
I appreciate that.
On Twitter, and that's some of the good things left on Twitter right now.
Yeah.
So my question is, there could be stupid questions, but there's never stupid questions. But who is the greatest Clipper right now with Kawhi playing with the Clippers? Who's the greatest Clipper right now? Some people might say Blake Griffin. Some people might say Chris Paul. But if Kawhi never win a championship, who's the greatest Clipper? But if he wins a championship, is he the greatest Clipper?
I gotta be honest. First of all, thank you for all the kind words. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. I would say even if Kawhi doesn't win a championship, he's probably the greatest Clipper because the Clippers have never had a player this good. Yeah, I mean, I don't recall having the Clippers having a top 3, top 4 type of player throughout their tenure and having legitimate chances of championship contention each and every year as long as he's healthy. I think we shouldn't really have revisionist history with it. Like just because he's been injured doesn't mean that it shouldn't take anything away from it. He's been the best player I think in franchise history, and he just signed a 3-year extension here, so like he's going to be here for another couple of years. We'll see what happens after that, but I think even without a championship, I think that person will end up being Kawhi Leonard, just because he's incredible. He's absolutely incredible to watch. He's so methodical, so strategic with his moves. There's no wasted movement. He's so efficient. To do what he did last year coming off the ACL was incredible. And to do it this year, even better. It's just been so fun to watch. So I would say it's probably Kawhi Leonard, even if they don't win a championship.
A quick follow-up. Do you think that he has a good chance to win an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year? Because to me, he's the leading candidate for both of those awards.
Yeah, so that's the thing with the MVP. Like, I think people look for a lot of, and even with Defensive Player of the Year, people look for the counting stats, the points, the rebounds, assists, the steals, and the blocks for Defensive Player of the Year. Like those gaudy numbers usually stick out. Like MVPs are usually like top 10 in scoring or something like that. So that's kind of, if he can up that scoring to about 25, 26, he probably has a better chance to win that award, but the MVP award. But I think it always depends on how voters look at it. Like I think when you look at who impacts winning, and I looked at some of the numbers, I don't think there's maybe one guy who impacts winning more than Kawhi, and that might be like Giannis or Jokic. But they're like close to even right now. So I think strictly from impacting winning, Kawhi is leaps and bounds incredible. But the stats and those numbers is where it's probably going to fall short behind guys like Embiid, Giannis, Jokic. So I think voters
Embiid is out, Giannis is out. So
voters are going to need to just decide what they want to value. Do they value winning, or do they value some of the stats? Do they value a little bit of both? I can understand if he doesn't win that, but I do think he needs to be in the conversation way more. I think Defensive Player of the Year. We'll see how that kind of goes. I think Rudy has a really, really good lead on that because of where he's taken Minnesota. I think he's won it 3 times. He might win it the 4th time. So we'll see about Defensive Player of the Year. But I think for MVP, he definitely deserves some consideration. Kawhi does.
All right. Thank you for answering my question. Thank you for all you do for the Clippers fans, and only the same one. Only the same one. Thank you, BJ. Talk to you later.
All right,
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, let's go to my man Deuce Times, man. This guy been a Clipper fan since going back close to the '80s, Tomer. So, ain't too many loyal fans as much as him. So, what's good, Deuce?
Hey, what's up? What's up, man? How y'all doing, man? Happy Friday, everybody. What's up, Tomer? I've been following you. I've been following you for a minute. Like, I want to echo the sentiments that Bruce said before. Like, yeah, you do a lot of good work. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when Draymond Green gave you their shout out. You know what I mean? So, that was cool. So yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy moment. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Quick question: were you aware about Kawhi being injured in the bubble? That had something to do with like his tell to play.
In the bubble?
Yeah.
No, I think I didn't hear anything about that. I think that was the bubble was just such a unique, out of this world experience that whoever won that was going to have an asterisk, and asterisk in the sense that this was probably one of the tougher championships to win, being confined to a hotel room or tiny space for what is it, 70 days, 90 days, 100 days, whatever it was. So I don't know that there were any injuries then. I don't believe he underwent anything to repair anything, or I don't think he recovered from anything. I think the Clippers just struggled to like a lot of other teams, to just find the collectiveness to win as long as they should have. And credit the Lakers, they were able to do it. I think if the Clippers were able to beat the Nuggets, they were probably winning that championship. I don't even think it was close. But unfortunately, it didn't work out that way.
Yeah, style makes fights. And another quick question, real quick: how close is Skip Bayless to Kawhi Leonard?
I mean, I think there's definitely something there. I think when you look at the amount that he's probably been able to report or say on TV, I think there's definitely some level of connection there. But like Kawhi's camp keeps things pretty close, close to the vest, tight-lipped. They don't really talk to media or anyone about that. I don't know why they'd suddenly start talking to Skip. So, I think there are different, whispers around Kawhi, maybe not him or his camp, but around people who are around them. Like for example, I unfortunately hadn't an idea about the torn ACL in 2021. And it's tough because the team won't confirm that, and you got to get multiple people to confirm that, and it's such a tricky thing to, if you're going to report that, you got to be sure about that. So, I mean, I think there's whispers everywhere, but I don't think it's anything too crazy, like in with his camp type of thing. That's just my opinion, though. I might be wrong.
Well, I don't have any hard-hitting questions or anything like that. It's one of those quick little things that I was aware of. I want to know if you were aware of. But thanks, man. You do a lot of good work. You know what I mean? I appreciate the time. VJ, always a good time, bro.
All right, my bro. Appreciate you, dog. All right, so we got a couple more people. We're gonna get them going. Go ahead and end it. Let's go to my boy Alex. What's good, Alex?
Yeah, how's it going? Thank you, BJ, for putting me on your panel, and thank Tomer for coming on. Appreciate the work you do.
Thank you.
It's kind of a two-part question. One, how far do you have the Clippers going? And second, is there anything behind the scenes that anything you've seen behind the scenes that kind of changed your mentality about this team, that maybe they can make a deep run into the playoffs?
Great question.
I don't think there's anything that changed it, and really, it's just been. It's the reason that the only thing that stopped them over the last 4 years really has just been health. Like outside of the bubble, which was a completely unique and unconventional situation. Which again, if they win one game, they probably go on to win that championship. I feel, like 21, Kawhi gets hurt, but they were on the they were on the they were on the way. They were going to beat the Suns. I mean, they had a chance without Kawhi to beat the Suns, and then Zoo went down. So like the next year, no Kawhi. PG played like 30 games, and then gets COVID before the playing game. Like that's unfortunate. Last year, PG unfortunate knee injury, Kawhi meniscus tear, and played one game on it. Like to me, it was they've always had a good chance. It was never like there were bad vibes or anything I've seen. Like they've always been super laser focused. Ty Lue is one of the greatest coaches as far as like coaching in the playoff series because he knows how to adjust quickly and puts opponents in tough positions. They just haven't had guys healthy. Like, that Sun series last year after Kawhi went down, I would say it was probably more competitive than it should have been. The Clippers got a game in game one, and again, if Kawhi was healthy, even without PG, I think they win that series. So, nothing that I've seen crazy behind the scenes. I think the vibes have always been good. The guys like each other. They genuinely like each other. They hang out with each other. And I think that goes a long way towards contributing towards a winner. I think as far as where do I have them going this year, I want to say finals, but I've said that the last couple of years, and I'm in a phase where I need to see it to believe it. Mostly because, again, while they've had the personnel, they've had the coaches, they just haven't had the health and the luck. And luck is something that you need. It's just something you need to have on your side to make a playoff run. We've seen how unfortunate they've been with teams have been with Chris Paul, for example. With the Suns the last couple of years, and the Clippers have obviously seen that too. So really, it's just about luck and just being able to stay healthy. If they're able to stay healthy, I'm not sure anyone can beat them in a 7-game series. Maybe Denver because of the length that they present, but again, we've seen the Clippers match up with the Nuggets well this year too. So really, all comes down to health. If they're able to stay healthy, I don't believe there's a team that'll beat them in a 7-game series. I think they'll be able to win if they just stay healthy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate
All right,
it,
bro. Appreciate it, Alex. All right, Sean, you got the last one, bro.
Yeah, Tomer, this is from our moderator. She's working hard right now, so you can speak to her. Don't speak to me, Miss Hope Davis. She wants to know if Kawhi wins the third championship on a third different team, where does that rank him all time on your list? That's her question.
Where would I rank him? I have to look at how many players have done this, but I believe players to win 3 championships with 3 different teams are LeBron James and Danny Green. I don't believe anyone else has done that.
They haven't.
So I mean, I don't know what the top of the list looks like as far as small forward specifically, but I mean he's already up there for me, and he's you got to have real conversations about him and some of the other guys up there if he's able to win a ring, a third ring with a third different team, given that the role he played in 2014, being kind of like the defensive anchor with the Spurs, locking down LeBron, making life tough on them. 2019 that led them to a title in his first and only year in Toronto. It was incredible to watch him. Then if he's able to do it here, I think there needs to be a real conversation about where he would rank all time. As a small forward, I think he's definitely a top 2, top 3 type of guy. I don't know. Is Larry Bird a small forward? I guess you could probably throw him up there with Larry Bird, and is LeBron a small forward? I guess he is. I think he's more of a power forward now, but yeah, I think KD as well, Kevin Durant as well. I think that's another guy. He's definitely up there in that upper echelon. I would say he's there now, but a third championship definitely makes those conversations a lot more real. I would say.
Yeah, for sure. Now it puts him. I mean, there's no small forward in the history of the game that does what Kawhi does on both ends. Like Larry Bird can score, rebound. Kawhi can rebound and score.
Yeah.
But we know what Kawhi do that Bird can't do. Bird was actually a good defender. That's what a lot of people miss about his game when he played. He was a solid defender. Obviously, he wasn't no Kawhi or no Pippen
Right.
or no Bruce Bowen or nothing. But and even with LeBron never went out. A lot of people don't realize this. He never went out and assigned himself to the top players. I think he caught D Rose like for one game in the end of a series. The Heat threw Shane Battier on everybody. LeBron's a good defender, but to say he's doing what Kawhi is doing is blasphemy. he's a good free safety type of defender, so to speak. And then you got Pippen, was a tremendous defender, but he wasn't touching Kawhi as far as offense, carrying the offensive load through a whole playoff round, you know, or a playoff year where he actually wins the title. He had one good run as the leader, as the lead scorer. And then you got Kevin Durant, but Kevin's got to do it on his own. I mean, everybody, not to hate on, but facts are facts. I mean, just because you say something like it, the word hate is the most overused word in human history. But he's got to lead his own team. He had a chance to do it in OKC / Westbrook team. He couldn't get it done. And so not only these people have to do it. LeBron has done it multiple times. These other people, Larry Bird did it for sure, but Larry can't do what Kawhi did. Pippen can't do what Kawhi does on offense. KD can do it on offense. He for sure can't do what Kawhi's doing on defense. Nobody actually assigns themselves.
I would say Kevin Durant during his Warriors days was a really good help defender and made that death lineup the death lineup. Again, he was on a loaded team offensively.
I agree.
Defensively, he was a menace. LeBron in his Heat years was also really, really, really good defensively. Probably not as long as Kawhi has done it, but LeBron in the Heat uniform was a defensive juggernaut. Probably should have won Defensive Player of the Year that one year Marc Gasol won it. No disrespect to Mark. So.
Yeah, I mean, we could go. I mean, we could say Kawhi could have won this, or Pippen could have won that if we go back and rewrite.
Could do it
and
all
rewrite history. Yeah. Kevin Durant's a good. He's a good defender for sure. He's not trash defender like Trae Young or Dame Dollar. He hasn't never walked up to his coach and said, "Hey, your philosophies, Coach Ty, your philosophies, Coach Nurse, are not working. I've got this from now on."
But I also just think though that some guys are just better as help defenders. Like Giannis, when he wins Defensive Player of the Year, I think he's much better as a help defender, coming over from the weak side, being able to change shots, deflect shots. So like I think that also is an aspect of it. Like I think KD's probably better help defender than he is an individual defender. A lot of that has to do with with probably the weight and physicality and stuff like that. But like I think that factors into it too. Some guys are just better help defenders, better weak side guys, better covering for their teammates, and that's what makes a team defense good. You know what I mean? So I think those also factor in as well.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I just don't think that sitting in the corner, resting for 20 seconds of the shot clock, coming over to alter a shot with 3 seconds on the shot clock is anything equal to Kawhi dodging 900 screens. But I agree with everything you're saying.
You're right. You're right. That matters. There's a lot of stamina and a lot that goes into that. You're right.
Yeah.
Let me go to
most definitely.
Let me go to my man. Let me go to my man Bubba real quick, Sean, because I gotta get Tomer up out
here.
Yeah,
for sure. Appreciate you, Tomer.
What's good, Bubba?
All right, what's good?
What's up,
good,
Bubba?
BJ? What's good, TA? So I got a few questions here, and my first question is, did you think the Clippers were? I mean, did you hear the rumors that the Clippers were going to trade for Harden, and did you think that the Clippers? Or do you think the Clippers? I mean, Harden makes the Clippers' chances of winning a championship better than what they were before?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was. I think Harden coming to the Clippers was only a matter of time, just because of how, he only had 1 year left on his deal. He was kind of expiring. Any team that traded for him had to be at risk of potentially him leaving in free agency. So, like, if he says he wants to go to the Clippers, in all likelihood, he's probably going to end up on the Clippers. You look at the pieces they had to offer up; it kind of made a lot of sense too. So, yeah, I mean, the James Harden stuff was there for a while, and I think it felt like only a matter of time. My biggest thing was that it just felt like once you got Russell Westbrook, you committed to him as your point guard, and I thought that was worth exploring as your lead guard. I didn't think, that was the answer per se, but I would have wanted to see how Russ played with Kawhi and PG as a trio. Excuse me, as a trio right there. That being said, James has been, like I said earlier in the podcast, James has been. I'm impressed with how good he's been, how healthy he's been, how great of a facilitator and a pick your spot kind of scorer he's been. Um, he's able to tell when guys need the ball, how to break down certain defenses. Like I think Miami threw a zone at the Clippers the other night, and traditionally you break a zone by putting someone at the free throw line. You kind of operate out of there, um, and like he called Mason to set a screen, which left Kawhi's man on an island, and he threw that ball to Kawhi. Kawhi went baseline and scored right away. So like, it's different things that he does on the court, different things that he sees that is just like, yo, that's impressive. Like that's a good call there. So, I mean, yeah, he makes them better. He's really good. James has been really good. I've been really impressed by it, and they definitely. I think it's fair to say they would not be as good as they are now if they didn't trade for him. For sure, he's been great.
Yeah. What's up, Alex? You got something else you want to ask, bro?
Yeah, I got one more question. As scary as this might sound, Tomer, have the Clippers peaked?
No, not at all.
Thank you. That's all.
They still have a long way to go defensively. They still have a lot of things to figure out offensively. They're not there yet. Ty Lue's talked about adding a lot more to the offensive playbook. I think defensively they're still a pretty poor transition defense team, and that's something they want to clean up. So, no, I think they have a long way to go to get to their best.
Yeah, because as Clippers fans, I believe the same. I think they can still improve and still take it up at least another 2 levels. Come playoff time, they got to reach the next level and then one more above to dominate the playoffs. And I believe they haven't. I think they're getting there, but I don't think they've peaked. Or not even close, anyways, to peaking.
No, not yet. But again, all of it just goes to like it's all matchups and luck. Like you got to have injury luck. At the end of the day, you got to have a little bit of luck on your side to have that happen. Like shit. Look at the the 2021 Nets who broke with KD, James, and Kyrie. They broke up, but they were an inch of KD's foot away from going to the conference finals. They were probably beating that Hawks team.
True.
They were probably going to beat the Suns in that year too. I would say, like, you just need so much luck. That was the series that Kyrie went down with injury. Like, beyond just playing well and peaking, you need some luck on your side. Unfortunately, that's just how it is.
Okay, thank you, BJ. Thank you, Tomer.
No problem. Appreciate it.
All right, Bob, you got your last question, bro?
Yeah. So TA, we've had multiple debates on this platform, and I don't know if you care or don't care, but after the Clippers traded for Harden, do you think it made the Clippers a super team?
Oh God, I hate the super team conversation. Yeah, I don't think you can say they're not a super team because James is still. I mean, James is the guy who averaged 20 and 10 last year. He's averaging like I want to say 18 and 9 this year. Like he's still playing at an all-star level. PG and Kawhi are all-stars again. So yeah, I mean, I think Russell Westbrook's probably fallen off a little bit as far as like being able to be called a star just because of the role they have him in, and you see some of the depth and athleticism, but they have a deep team, and Russ still provides a lot of what they need. So yeah, I think you can classify them as a super team. I think you have to, given who they have.
Okay, final question. You covered the John Wall after he got to the Clippers. Do you think he got a fair chance to be in the Clippers, or do you think what happened to him was a little bit unfair?
No, I mean, it's not really about. That's tough. I don't think he got. I don't want to say he didn't get a fair shake, but off the bat, he had Kawhi Leonard miss a month, 2 games into the season, and then PG went down with some things, and then he had the I want to say the oblique injury is what he had, and he was coming back from what 2 years off or something like that. I want to say he played like 40 games in 3 years, something like that. Like, you can be a great basketball player, you still need time to figure it out and find it. And the Clippers were just in a win now mode, and they didn't have they couldn't afford to wait and see, what they had. And I think John Wall had a great career, and I just think it was very obvious that at the time he wasn't a great fit for this team. I thoroughly enjoyed covering him. He was a great guy to talk to on a day-to-day basis. He was really was fantastic. He was open about everything. I think it was just apparent that Father Time had kind of done its thing, and the injuries he had suffered didn't help, and this just wasn't the team for him. So I always root for him. Hope to see him back in the league, but it's tough nowadays. They're going. Everyone's going younger. Everyone's trying to find the next young piece. So, yeah, I mean, it's tough. DeMarcus Cousins is also one of my favorite players. I thought, when he played here for that what is it, month or two, I thought he was fantastic. I don't think he's been on an NBA roster since. So, this is what it is. But enjoyed covering both of them for sure.
Yeah, no, he did go to the Bucks and I think the Denver Nuggets, but yeah, he's not in the league right now. But appreciate you, TA. Appreciate you, BJ. Hey, BJ, keep doing your thing, bro.
Salute, bro. Salute. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, man. So, my man Tomer, man, great time talking to you, man. Definitely appreciate what you be doing with the team. Always good seeing you at the games as well. Is there anything else you want to say, like where they can find you on Twitter, Instagram, social media? Anything you want to leave them?
Yeah, I mean, you can.
Before we go and end
Most
the
of
show.
you guys, most of you guys know my socials. It's at Tomer Azarly. It's TOMERAZARLY. I just wrote a big piece on, not a big piece, but a piece on Kawhi and his MVP case. I did do a big piece on Amir Coffey and his kind of rise to this level that he's playing on right now. But yeah, I mean, just follow me on my socials, read my stuff on clutchpoints.com. And yeah, I mean, let's have everyone along for the ride. Hopefully this is a special season. I hope it is. I really hope it is.
Yeah, for sure. So I can talk trash the whole year, whole summer.
Oh man, that'll be crazy.
Yeah. Yes, sir. But I appreciate y'all coming through, man. This has been a great time, great interview. Again, if you guys like to share your love, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the share, subscribe, hit our Cash App, $ BJ Matthews. If you guys enjoyed this content, this interview, and what we bring to y'all, we sincerely thank you guys for all the support that y'all give to us. But with further live, y'all, pull up a seat, pull up a chair, pull up. Peace. Out of here like swimwear.